And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And roaming the sideline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. Now a look at the stats for Brandon Ingram.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Chet Holmgren out there with Williams. And it's MP in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Raptors, in at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. Then there's Dick. And it's Shed in at the point. Doris, there's not going to be any shortage of highlights in this one. These teams are both very athletic.
Do you have your popcorn, Kevin? Because these two teams are going to put on a show. There's going to be a couple jaw-dropping plays, folks. You can see MP just looking to continue to refine that three-point shooting.
Ingram attacking. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now, here's MP. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Banked in off the glass. MP's got 8.
Gets the ball inside and gets it done. Nice work by MP.
Barnes outside to the middle. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And Doris, what you love about Brandon Ingram, he's the total package.
He is, Kevin, because he's got incredible size, great shot-making ability. He's a 3-level scorer, and you can mix his matchup on the defensive end.
For 3, Ingram drills the three-pointer. He's got 7.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now, here's MP. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
What an incredible game so far for MP. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
What a great start. They've only missed 1 thus far.
On the wing, MP. He's covered by Ingram. MP, good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Dick. To the paint. Out to Ingram. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Thunder leading by 6. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against Cleveland played phenomenal. He had an unbelievable amount of points and hit a bunch of threes. No surprises there. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
Excellent report, Allie. Thank you. It's going to be interesting to see how he follows up that performance.
Yeah, he was the driving force behind that victory, but each night comes with different challenges.
What you love about this guy, though, is even when the defense adjusts to what he's doing, he'll make an adjustment right back. He is always ready with a counter.
Here's Barnes following the basket by MP. Ingram outside from downtown, and it's Mamu Kalashvili missing.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And DB, you watch how the Thunder play defense. Great rim protection.
Kevin, this philosophy is all about taking away the paint first. If the ball is in the paint, sharks are in the water.
MP against Ingram. Basket counts. MP's got 21.
Now he is in a zone. 9 of 10 here in the first. He is red hot.
Pass to Dick. Three-pointer. And Ingram the bucket on the assist by Dick. Ingram's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Toronto. Williams has a screen for MP. Toronto grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And really showed their depth when they needed it most. On the road, having to manufacture points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's MP. Score the basket for his 10th make. 10 for 12. 83% accuracy.
This guy has absolutely owned this quarter. This is how you lead by example.
And it's good. 2 points. Ingram's got 16 points.
I love his approach and attitude right now, doing everything he can to keep his team in it.
MP, good.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
That one, no good. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Thunder up by 5. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And if you're just joining, the Thunder with some changes. MP's checked in for Jam. Dort comes in for Cason Wallace. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Alex Caruso. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Jalen Williams is out there with MP. And it's Wiggins in at the center position. Now Harris following the three-point attempt by MP. Over Wiggins. Harris's shot is off.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Doris, in any discussion about Lou Dort, the first topic has got to be his defense.
Kevin, I'm going to be honest, I don't think we talk about him consistently enough as a player who should and could win Defensive Player of the Year. If you are a perimeter shooter or a perimeter scorer, the last guy you want looking opposite you is Lou Dort.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Thunder are a powerhouse without possessing a bunch of big-name stars. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said the front office does a good job of picking players to be a part of the organization, and Coach Mark Daigneault said our job as a team is for the whole to be better than the sum of the parts. Kevin?
Okay, Allie, thanks. And here are the Raptors now, following the three-point attempt by MP. Launches it. Bring it up for MP, a three.
Well, guys love to score, but the differentiator is, can you do it at an efficient clip? And right now, that's what's happening.
Harris looking it over. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's MP. Dort trying to free himself up. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA's got his third assist on the night. Now here is Harris. 14 points from him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
You know, couple that with the 4 big blocks. He was awesome on the defensive end as well.
Hits it from three-point range.
Keep shooting that.
MP's got 38 points.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. And, Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive.
Some changes for Toronto. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and it's Barnes in for R.J. Barrett. Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Holmgren comes in for Jalen Williams. Here's Shed. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
And this is what Ingram can do for you. Make a variety of shots over the course of a game. Tonight, he has been unstoppable.
Boy, this offense has revolved around him today, and rightly so. He has been fantastic.
Ingram passes to Mamu Kelishvili. Williams with the block. MP deciding where to go with it. Fires top of the key, and it falls over the rim and in. MP's got 42 in the game.
Boy, what a quarter he's had. Go ahead, young sir. Keep the pressure on.
He slams it down right on top of Brandon Ingram.
That's a young, creative mind right there. MP doing work.
Ingram attacking. 4 seconds left. Good on the shot. Ingram's got 20 points.
This guy is on fire right now. Defense has got to step up and try to disrupt his rhythm.
And so it's MP making things happen for Oklahoma City. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings.
Taking a look here at the Thunder, there are some high expectations coming into the season, and they can create a lot of pressure on a team. But they said, we can handle it, and they're proving it.
Yeah, they've got the character and the talent to be a top team in the league.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Toronto Raptors.
I think it's funny watching these guys play defense. This is a circus, and they're getting clowned.
Giving up too many easy looks for sure, but who knows? Maybe after intermission, they'll bring out the Tigers.
Rawr.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
In at the forwards, Ingram and Barnes. Then there's Dick. And it's Shed in at the one. That's the group starting the second half for Darko Rajakovic. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about this upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. Here's MP. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. And here's MP for three. That shot off. Raptors trail by 17. Ingram outside. Offline with his three.
Hey, yo, get on MP.
The three from MP. Sinks the triple. MP's got 47 points.
And that shows the skill level of MP. The pull-up is a tough shot to master.
Goes up on the wing. And it's Ingram missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And here's MP for three. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
His contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
The shot that time, not on target. The Raptors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Barnes. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes got that big body. Just hang around the cup and create something.
And good. There's another.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And here's Barnes for 3. Thunder with the rebound.
How about this? He cannot find his rhythm in this period. This has been tough sledding.
Rejected by Ingram. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram touched it last. And the Raptors making a change here. Barrett's checked in. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Jalen Williams is checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow, MP in the catch and shoot, just ready.
Yo.
As soon as he touches the basketball.
Holmgren against Barnes. Inside. And Barrett slams it in.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
You have to be willing to take the mid-range, folks. It makes your game that much more dynamic. MP showing you he's got that.
Dort against Dick. Back to Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Let's check in now with our Allie Laporte, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, Chet Holmgren talked about how he succeeds in spite of his slender frame. He said, you can't be afraid of contact. I'll continue to use my strengths out there, my length, being slippery, playing hard, and try to get better at my weaknesses, too, throughout my career. That will leave me in a good spot. Back to you.
The sky's the limit for him. Okay, thank you, Allie.
And that is why this team has Grady Dick, a floor spacer coming into the league with an elite three-point shot.
And here's MP for 3. Rebound by the Raptors.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Barnes finds Dick. Here's Shed. Off target from outside. MP against Barnes. MP outside. Takes a 3. Good, another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. And so it's Oklahoma City Rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense.
And the Thunder with some changes. Jang, he's checked in for Aaron Wiggins. And MP subbed in for Cason Wallace. The three from MP. Knocks down the three ball.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Williams is out there with MP. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Jang in at the 5 down low. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Ingram's got 11 points here in just the second half.
I'll tell you, they're leaning hard on this guy, but he's going to need some help here.
MP, no good.
That's not a bad shot, but this isn't really his shot.
They set the screen. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Good on the three-point shot.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Ingram a screen on Caruso. Shot clock at 5. And slam dunk by Ingram.
Amazing individual performance, but you'd like to see more guys start to get involved. I don't know if he can do it alone.
MP, that's for 2. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for MP.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth. And here's MP for 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Ingram outside.
Who's watching here?
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Now, let's go to our sideline reporter, Dominic Hamill.
You're fond of saying stats don't matter without the win, so since you did win, I want to ask, you had a few steals tonight, but I'm guessing you think you should have had more? Of course. Well, if you won, though, doesn't that mean you had enough?
In any NBA game, you're playing against two opponents, the one in front of you and the one next on the schedule. A couple of extra steals tonight sends a message to the next guys. It means more attention on me in the scouting report, which means less attention on my teammates. I do what I do so they could do what they do. You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense, yeah. Thanks, MP.
Great.
Kevin, over to you.
Terrific work as always, Dom. You never fail to impress. Thank you so much. And that'll do it, folks. So for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Hi, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. And tonight, it'll be the Oklahoma City Thunder going up against the Detroit Pistons here in Little Caesars Arena. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And as we're halfway through the season, let's see how the power rankings are shaking out. You take a look at Phoenix, no movement for them, maintaining their top 10 spot.
Checking out Oklahoma City, they've had a cold stretch and are desperately looking to end their losing streak. You can bet tensions are high in that locker room.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. SGA and Wallace are the backcourt. Two big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. And it's MP in at the 3. And for Detroit, Cade and Ivy, they're the backcourt. Asar Thompson out there with Holland. And it's Duren in at the center position. All right, Grant, when your team is in the second game of a back-to-back, do you play it differently?
You know, it depends on what happened in the first game. Did your starters have to play a lot of minutes? Did you get into double overtime? It just depends, B.A.
Thompson scanning the floor. Pass to Cunningham. Ivy with the ball. And there's the lob. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
You know, he's run that set a lot, even in his college days. Ivy's aware of every option he has in the pick and roll.
MP shot is good.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Now here's Cunningham. An important scorer for this team, averaging around 25.5 a game. And there's Thompson on the assist by Cunningham. Thompson's got his second basket of the game.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
MP outside. No good there.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
When you think about the skill of Cade Cunningham, Grant, at his height, what a combination.
You know, B.A., whether it's scoring inside or seeing over the defense or just beasting on smaller guards, his 6'6" frame is certainly an advantage.
And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Well, how about MP right there? Just drilling a 3 of his own for good measure.
Detroit moving the ball around. Thompson outside. Pass to Cunningham. Here's the 3. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Here's Ivy, following the 3 by Oklahoma City. Pass to Holland. Here's Thompson. 3 shots, 3 baskets. Great efficiency so far.
Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. A nice shot by MP.
And he's carried them this quarter. A dominant offensive stretch.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. Our first topic of conversation, of course, facing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He told me SGA is so hard to game plan for. He has incredible length for a point. He's too big for a guard, too quick for a wing. We have our work cut out for us. Back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throw tonight. Free throw good, MP. Well, you need a real big-time star to win in this league. And Grant, the Pistons have that in Cade Cunningham.
Oh, my, B.A. It took until year 4 for him to really break through. Already a player who can impact the game in so many ways, but when his numbers go up across the board, that's doing something special.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
And here's MP from outside. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
It's been a dominant night for him, staying productive throughout.
Pass to Holland. Back to Cunningham. Ivy outside. Knocked loose. SGA with it. And it's Ivy picking him up. Here's MP. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Readiness is so important, and the moment he saw his opening, MP was ready to attack.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. So it's Oklahoma City now, following the score by Detroit. Here's MP, and it's Oklahoma City with another.
8 for 10 out of the gate. He couldn't ask for a much better start.
And the dunk by Duren.
That is what they want from Duren. Spike it, young fella.
MP outside. 13 feet out, and it's Oklahoma City with another.
Their offense looking like a well-oiled machine.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. 7-point differential. A tough loss coming against San Antonio in their last game.
I'll tell you what, once things started to go downhill, their performance plummeted. It wound up getting pretty ugly.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
And now the Pistons in transition. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
B.A., forget about attempting the long-range three to cut into that lead.
Oh, at the buzzer. He got it off in time.
That is an incredible shot.
Oh, what a miraculous shot. He's going to remember that one.
Well, that's an energizer boost heading into the next quarter. You know he's got to be fired up.
And so it's MP making things happen for Oklahoma City. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. We'll be right back. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter.
Until the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Well, a debate is brewing. While the NBA has pushed back against load management, saying it's an 82-game league, prominent voices on the team side countering that. With much more movement on every possession, modern play style places novel demands on players' bodies.
A serious challenge. Okay, Shams, thanks for that report. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Raptors got the job done. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but he'll try. Guys?
Thanks, Ali. It was obvious he could do anything he wanted. A fantastic win.
Well, I'll tell you, he was enjoying himself out there, kind of like us here in the broadcast booth. And whoever was matched up against him wasn't enjoying themselves.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
There's Cunningham with a three. The shot, no good.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
MP looking around. That three's off the mark. Pistons trail by 13. Quickly outside. Three-pointer, no good. The Thunder have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. 18 feet out. And he can't bank that one in.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
To the paint. Here's Holland. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And Cunningham's size at his position allows him to see over defenders and find his teammates.
From deep, MP. Oh, MP buries the triple.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Quickly outside. Clock at 6. And he's going for the lob. And stolen by Williams. Here's MP. From the top of the key, he buries it. MP's got 38 points.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
And looking at Jalen Williams, is there a part of his game you like best, Grant?
You know, it's tough to pick just one, B.A. He's such an all-around player. He can guard point guards, post players, you name it, and can score from anywhere on the court.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Detroit. Ivy comes in for Quickly. Isaiah Hartenstein's checked in for Oklahoma City. Holmgren comes in for Jalen Williams. 1:24 left in the first half. Thompson finds Cunningham. Here's Holland. 5 points in the game. Shoots a fadeaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Ivy. Hartenstein pulls it in.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Pistons trail by 16. Ivy with the ball. Watched by Wallace. Back to Ivy. Launches it. Hartenstein pulls it in. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Well, when you watch MP, you can see the burst he has on the floor. Very explosive young player.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for MP. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To end the run. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And meeting those expectations. I mean, this is what we all wanted to see from Thompson on offense.
And here's MP from outside. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Now Cunningham. From deep three-point land. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Oklahoma City up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. And their three-point shooting, a big reason they have a sizable lead. More 2K action in just a moment.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are L-I-V-I-N, living. Can it continue this way? I don't know.
Yeah, normally you preach a balanced attack. Maybe these guys don't need it. All right, now we've got some time to take a look at the players of the week. The Eastern Conference winner, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
After a while, some guys get comfortable. Now, Giannis, he continues to work hard, adding layers to his game.
Yeah, with his success, it fueled his will to win, Shaq, rather than diminishing it.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Trailing by 19. And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got. 2 big bodies inside with Holmgren and Hartenstein in the middle. SGA and Wallace for the backcourt. And it's MP in at the 3 slot.
And just a giant night for Thompson. He plays with athleticism and energy. That's an effective combination.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Ivy passes to Cunningham. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. And Cunningham gets it to go on the assist by Ivy. Ivy's got 3 assists now in this one. Thunder leading by 18. And Jaden Ivey, we've seen him come a long way as a player, Coach.
Yeah, it took some time, B.A., but we're now seeing the full range of his talent. He can be a force on offense and an absolute pest on D.
A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Ivy to the right side. Holland for 3. Wallace pulls it in. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. From deep, MP. And another one!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Thompson outside. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Thompson's got 18 points in the game.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area, huh?
From deep, MP connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight.
Pass to Holland. And here's Cunningham. 5 on the clock. Good defense there from SGA. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Good. He hits again. Oh, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
BA, it feels like he can't miss.
Here's Holland. Now here's Thompson, covered by MP. Detroit moving the ball around. Here's Holland. He's got 5. There's Cunningham with a 3. Knocks it down from distance. Cunningham's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, you try to stay connected to Cunningham, but he finds a way.
So it's Oklahoma City now. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. The shot's good from SGA.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
And here's Cunningham. 7 points in the game. 1:46 left in the third quarter. Down low. And that one's good. Thompson's got 6 points in the quarter.
You got to tip your hat to him. He's doing all he can to keep them in the game. He still hasn't missed.
And so Mark Daigneault will call a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And Detroit making a change here. Quickly's checked in. Then for Oklahoma City, Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. And it's Lou Dort in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's MP. Softly drops in the floater. MP's got 59 points.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
For Detroit, they've gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. Dort with a steal. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Yet another bucket.
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Ivy outside. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
From deep, MP. Pure from three-point range.
Look, this guy is clearly on a heater from deep. If you're the defense, you cannot allow him to shoot it from out there.
Will it go? And Ivy lays it up and in.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
From deep, MP. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
The Pistons have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Dort against Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Can't cash it in from close range. MP getting it done for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He added to his astounding total of 3-pointers in this quarter. He may never have another night like this. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass.
And the Pistons will go for a different look here. Jalen Duren, he's checked in for Reed. Holland comes in for Klintman. Thompson, he's checked in for Schroeder. And Ivy subbed in for Quickly. MP's checked in for Oklahoma City. Ivy and Thompson are the 2 and the 3 for the Pistons.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Duren. Cunningham outside. Jacks up a 3. They get it back.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Williams. Shoots. The putback. It's good on the putback.
The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Dort against Cunningham. The Thunder pull it in. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's MP from outside. And again, Oklahoma City with a triple.
Nice looking 3-ball by MP. Proving he can hurt you from downtown.
Ivy outside. 1:50 left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Duren. Here's Holland. Inside. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Well, when he's on, we can really see the talent that made Thompson a top 5 pick.
And here's MP from outside. Good. Another from 3. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
BA, he's on fire. It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Thunder.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And what a special year they're having, picking up their 59th win.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust. Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Thompson, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, he is a wiry, strong athlete. Thompson's able to go through the contact.
Williams is checked in for Wiggins. 3-pointer. And again, it's MP with a 3.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
Ivy's shot is off. MP outside. There's the 3. Connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his 3-point shot tonight.
And so it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.
Have